Wow, rows and rows of books all about art. I think I'm going to be here for a while.
Recently, Poonam's become quite serious about books and paper, and now she's going to give us some top tips.
That's right, recycling. Now we all know that trees are mainly used to make paper, but the ever-growing demand for timber is affecting our wildlife habitats and ecosystems all around the world. So why did you start this class and what actually happens in it?
I've been always very passionate about recycling, and I thought it's a good way of educating people in a very fun way of what you can do with your trash, paper or magazines, rather than dumping them into the dustbin. And that's how I got into recycling hobby classes.
But is it expensive to recycle? I mean, is it cheaper just to buy a whole wad of paper instead, or is it not that expensive at all?
It's not expensive because you're just using your household materials, trash material, and at the same time you're saving the environment.
Okay, so what is the basic process of making paper?
Okay, you take normal trash paper, you rip it up into pieces, you put it in a grinder, make it into a pulp, and once you have a good quantity of pulp, you mix water, you mix whatever you want. You want to add colors. I use vegetable dyes because they are good for the environment and they are good for the children's, they don't harm the children's hands.
And then what's next?
Then you use a mesh, a deco, which is made out of a net mesh. There's a mesh with a certain count, and you dip it into the tub, and you put it onto a muslin cloth, and you see the process. It's very simple.
So with all that in mind, I've come to make my own paper. Let the recycling begin. Here's some more food for thought. Paper is a biodegradable material. This means that as it rots, it produces methane, which is a potent greenhouse gas that increases global warming. Well, the only piece of paper I have for recycling today is my script. There it goes. Gonna recycle this as well, kiddies. Don't need it. Put it in like this.
Yes.
All right. So I'll try and get some petals in. And splash. It's quite heavy. Right, okay. So I drain the water.
Yep. Now line it up with the other stack.
There we go. And
turn it over.
Serious, I'm concentrating hard on this. Am I doing okay, kids? Yeah. Kids think I'm fine. Here, am I doing okay?
Yes. After you've let the water drain out, you remove the weight, and this is a little, you have to be a little careful because this is the important part of making the paper dry.
Now once they're all dried, this is what they look like. Can we actually take this off?
Yes. Oopsie.
Oops. Right, now this paper is basically plain white colour, but if you become more advanced, what kind of papers can you make?
Yeah, if you become more technical and want to do it on a more professional level,
Yeah.
you can make a whole variety of textured, coloured, embossed.
So Pia, what is your main goal of this class? What do you hope to achieve when it comes to recycling paper?
My main objective is to educate people about the recycling and to introduce recycled papers in a more professional way in Dubai, to have papers, instead of importing them, made in the UAE and supplied to all institutions and schools and used for arts and crafts. So I'm looking for a setup where the government manufactures their own papers in a fun way, where you have hobby classes and plus you manufacture and supply to institutions.
And you're saving the environment.
Yes.
It's never too late to help the environment, so make sure you all recycle!
Recycle!
You've been told.